I am Will Scott. Welcome into Saints Now by Chat Sports. Going to be joined by producer Trace Gerard here shortly. And on today's show, we're talking about some Saints news and some Saints rumors. We begin with this news. The Seahawks have claimed running back Tony Jones Jr. off of waivers. We certainly wish Tony the best. He's going to Seattle, team that really needs some running back help right now after Rashad Penny is going to be out for the season. Field Yates tweeting out the news. New Seahawks running back Tony Jones was a popular player on waivers. Both the Broncos and Cardinals tried to claim Jones off of waivers as well, per source, but Seattle had top priority on the waiver wire. Denver is without Javonte Williams, while Arizona had 3 running backs injured in Week 5. So now with Tony Jones Jr. in Seattle, we take a look at the updated running back depth chart. 3 running backs right now on the 53-man roster. Alvin, Mark, and Dwayne going to be the guys going forward. It's a really good situation for Tony Jones. I mean, he's going to a Seattle team that's actually exceeded expectations this year. We saw them be very competitive against the Saints in Week 5. They're 2-3 on the year. Need some help at running back, like I said, with Penny out. Tony Jones probably going to have a decent role on the Seattle team. We wish him all the best. He was great for the Saints. To wish Tony Jones Jr. good luck in Seattle, like the video. Excuse me, go down. Hit that thumbs up icon. I'm getting choked up about my guy Tony Jones Jr. leaving. Like the video down below to wish Tony Jones Jr. good luck. He's going to be really good for the Seahawks. I'm happy for him. Now let's talk about Taysom Hill. Could a Taysom Hill trade be coming? He was probably the MVP for the Saints in their win against the Seahawks. Sean Payton, his former coach, appeared on The Herd recently with Colin Cowherd and joked about trading for Taysom Hill in a year or two when he becomes the head coach again. He even texted Saints general manager Mickey Loomis after the Seahawks game about the trade. So Sean Payton can't quite let go of Taysom Hill. Not a surprise. He obviously was a big Taysom Hill guy when he was the head coach of the Saints. We'll talk about that specific quote in a second. First, go down, because whenever there's trade rumors, news, and more, we're breaking it down. And we're trying to get to 9,000. We are so close to 9,000 subscribers. Go down, subscribe to the channel today, because of the best way to stay in the loop with your New Orleans Saints. Here's what Taysom did against Seattle. 9 carries, 112 yards, 3 touchdowns. He was fantastic for the Saints in that game on Sunday. Nobody could stop this guy, even threw a touchdown pass as well. Sean Payton said this to Mickey Loomis. Hey, if you're uncomfortable with that $10 million salary, let me know in a year or two, and I'll take it off your hands. You know, it's so funny because, NFL Twitter we saw the Twitter doctors after the Tua Tagovailoa injury, and we've seen the Twitter GMs after the Taysom Hill contract that know nothing about the specifics of the money situation, and they're saying he's the most overpaid player of all time, when in fact, he might be a little bit underpaid. He's set to earn $5.1 million this season and nearly $14 million next season, but when you consider how versatile a player he is. He can literally play every single position on the field. You know that meme that's like, yeah, I play quarterback, running back, wide receiver, punter, kicker. That's Taysom Hill. He plays every position on the football field, and he's been awesome for the Saints this year, kind of stepping away from the quarterback role and focusing more on the tight end position. He's been great. Again, set to earn $5 million this season. Now, the Saints would only save $50,000 if traded before June 1st of next year. Waiting frees up nearly $10 million. But it's a joke, right? It's a joke. Sean Payton loves Taysom Hill. Sean Payton knows he's probably going to be a head coach again in a year or two. He'd love to bring Taysom back. I think Sean Payton was joking here with Colin Cowherd, especially when you consider how good Taysom has been this season for the Saints. If you want Taysom Hill to stay in New Orleans, go down, hit the thumbs up icon. I want to see everybody like the video, because I know all of us want Taysom Hill to stay in New Orleans for a long time. Like the video down below. Shut up those Twitter GMs. And you can shut up your bookie if you go to chat 125, that promo code, and go to that link, chatsports.com/bet. If you use that promo code, chat125, you're going to get a 100% deposit bonus. 125% deposit bonus. That means if you put $100 in, you're going to get 125 additional cash back. So basically, and I did this week 1, I couldn't believe it. You put $100 in, and you're going to get, basically start your account with $225. Great deal. Go and take advantage. The Saints right now, in Joe Burrow's homecoming game, are a 1-point underdog. It is a crime, Trace. This is not a prime time Sunday night football game, but the Saints Got the Bengals on Sunday in NOLA. 1-point favorite. Are the Bengals? Going to be a great game. Go bet on it. Chatsports.com/bet. Promo Chat125. Talking about some trade targets now for the Saints. I expect them to be buyers as the deadline approaches. I understand they have a losing record, but this is still a team that wants to make the playoffs and compete. Here's some guys they might look at, and we begin with Nelson Agholor, who is a very, people are going to have mixed feelings about the idea of trading for him, but he's had an okay year, 14 receptions, 225 yards, 1 touchdown through 5 games. And he could be cheap, right? I don't know how much it would take to get this guy. It might be a 5th or 6th round pick, but it's certainly worth exploring as you're taking a look at the Saints wide receiver depth chart here. Michael Thomas, Chris Olave, Marcus Callaway, Jarvis Landry. Definitely a lot of injuries on this team, which is why they might consider trading for a wide receiver. Now, as I said earlier, I expect the Saints to be buyers here, but should they be buyers or sellers? Type B for buyers or type S for sellers down in the comments section. Go down. Let me know what you think. It is the pinned comment on today's video. So when ad break comes, go down, chime in. What do you think? I would rather trade for this guy go. Christian McCaffrey would be awesome. And I don't really know the likelihood of trading for him because Alvin Kamara is your guy. McCaffrey, I don't think would want to split carry. So I don't have to explain this one, though, right? Because Christian McCaffrey would be an unbelievable addition. Trace, what are your thoughts? Because the Carolina Panthers are having a fire sale right now.
I mean, here's my absolutely wild, my just like insane trade idea.
Okay,
send Sean Payton to Carolina. A little extra something. Give us some draft capital. Or Christian McCaffrey. Why not? I mean, tinfoil hats on. Who says no?
Would you rather have a first-round pick or would you rather have Christian McCaffrey? Keep in mind, the Panthers might have like a top 5 pick.
I think a first-round pick because you have Alvin Kamara.
Right,
but, I mean, if C-Mac wants to come to New Orleans, I think you kind of have to make it happen. Or at least try. You at least have to try and make it happen. I think Mickey Loomis needs to pick up the phone and call. If Christian McCaffrey wants to get out of there and the Panthers are ready to move on from him, see what's up. See what it would take. I mean, they just got rid of their head coach. If Matt Rule didn't get the job done and they need a head coach, why not pick the one that knows how to beat the team that's kind of owned in the last 10 years?
And it's very much well known. The Panthers are very interested in Sean Payton. We heard this even before Matt Rule was fired.
Idiots.
But I do not see the Panthers, I should say the Saints, trading Sean Payton to a division rival, and I don't see the Panthers giving up a top 5 pick to get Sean Payton.
Absolutely. I don't think it would be much. I think it would be really difficult to take a lot. And like you said, I don't think it would actually happen where Sean Payton goes to Carolina. But could you imagine how fun an Alvin Kamara and Christian McCaffrey 1-2 punch would be?
It'd be the best 1-2 punch of all time.
100%.
Seriously.
And as we know, Mark Ingram has had some issues this season. He's been kind of slow. He's had some fumble issues. He hasn't really shown a ton. He's been serviceable, but hasn't been a phenomenal replacement for Alvin Kamara. But I think that Christian McCaffrey, Alvin Kamara 1-2 punch would just be absolutely electric.
It would be unfair. It'd be unfair. The league would be finished. The league would be finished.
Exactly. And like we both said, we doubt it happens, but they also said Russell Wilson wasn't getting traded.
Right. You never know.
I don't know.
There's been a lot of unpredictability in the NFL in the last year with trades, with free agent signings and whatnot, so never say never. You never know. Chase Claypool is our next name here on this trade targets list. The Steelers wide receiver. The Steelers might be sellers at the deadline because of how poorly they're playing. Chase Claypool's had a quiet year as well, a disappointing year. Now, the quarterback situation is not really ideal. They had Mitch Trubisky and now Kenny Pickett, the rookie, still kind of learning that offense. 16 receptions, 129 yards this season for Claypool, and he's not really even the number 1 wide receiver there because George Pickens is breaking out. He has emerged as the favorite target of Kenny Pickett. Pickett to Pickens is going to be happening the rest of the season, probably for the foreseeable future. Now, if you do trade for him right now, that would cost $1.2 million this season, only cost $1.5 million if you do it next season, trading for Chase Claypool. Now, name a player you want the Saints to trade for. Go down in the comments section. Let me know, who do you want the Saints to trade for. Also want to give a shout-out to our top commenters from our last video, Kenneth Lloyd, Joshua, Kellen Plays, Don C, Lucky number 7 even. We appreciate all of you watching and commenting, supporting our channel here on Saints Now.